together and continue to grow their program. Coach Montgomery's done a good job there.
We'll take questions for Coach Scottie Montgomery. Please star 1 on your keypad to join the queue. Then the operator will introduce you.
Our first question comes from Ronnie Woodward with Greenville Daily Reflector.
Hey, Scottie, how you doing?
Doing well. How are you?
Good, good. I'm guilty of this morning, but you look at Tulsa and the points that they've put up, you almost automatically assume it's the spread and they're passing it all over the place. But, I mean, they're running the ball really well with Flanders. And I mean, maybe to talk about their running game and how that, is maybe a sneaky thing with this spread offense. It's really working well.
Yeah, I don't think it's that sneaky. He's rushed for 200 and so yards, and he's put together some 100-yard. They put together some 100-yard backs consistently. Their run game, I think the best thing about their run game is their front. I think they're really good in their front. They understand their scheme really well. They're getting to the second level in some of those double teams as well as any team that we've played, but also connected to their front. The creativity in their spacing at wide receiver, meaning you have to cover down on those guys, so you're removing those guys 8 to 9 yards away from the football. And by the time zone is hitting, they're at the line of scrimmage so quick that by the time the zone actually hits, those defensive backs that usually make the play at 12, 14 yards, they're out of the picture, and those big runs occur. I really like the way he runs the ball. They run the ball, I should say, as a team. And I was talking about Coach Montgomery. I like guys who run the ball out of this offense because I've kind of worked as hard as we possibly can to create a run game, and it takes a year or two to get your run game going the way that you want to get it going, especially when guys understanding how to block the first and second level inside of a zone scheme, inside of counter schemes, inside of any scheme that you may be putting together. And it looks like they've had a great adjustment to everything that they're doing, and I like the way they run the football.
Yeah, thanks, Coach. Appreciate it.
Mm-hmm.
Our next question comes from Dan Tortora with WakeUpCallDT.com.
Good morning, Coach. How are you?
Doing well. How are you, Dan?
Doing well. So take a look at Zay Jones, second on the all-time leaderboard in receptions in NCAA history. Just what he's meant to this team, his leadership, and obviously his prowess amongst NCAA record holders from forever.
You have to say that he's met certain expectations, which is hard. Coming in, I've had a lot of conversations. I've coached a lot of good receivers and been around some great ones and some Hall of Famers to be here shortly. And, I'm just proud of him. I'm really, really proud of him because when you have all the expectations and new staffs coming in and adjustment comes in and you come in and you work, and then you get into a season and you meet some of those expectations and exceed them, it takes a special individual, but he also is fantastic away from the field. Couldn't be happier for him. I like the way he goes after the football. He's tough as nails. He gets it back up off the grass. It's clean and as quick as I've seen a lot of guys, and I'm proud of him.
And then as far as the trick plays, and obviously utilizing them against UConn most recently, but having those plays in the playbook and catching teams off guard, so to speak, just what you can say about having that in your arsenal offensively and kind of defining what you are offensively.
We have a lot of that, that we work on all the time. It comes from whether it's been places where, at Duke or the National Football League or Louisiana Tech or, the Miami Dolphins. I mean, we got a lot of stuff that it takes a while to get game ready. And we work on things for 2 to 3 weeks before we can call it just because it has to be game ready. If you don't take care of the football in those situations and in practice, then you're not going to feel comfortable. Now we're starting to get comfortable with some of the stuff that we have and using our offense in different ways and trusting a lot more people. It'd be great if we could have started a lot of this earlier, but we were trying to figure out who could do what. We're starting to know a little bit more about our team, and I like the combinations that we're using offensively right now. So we got a few more things that we can use in different situations. We just got to continue to make sure that they're game ready.